welcome back to another episode of Adkins Brothers Presents Talking at You. And today we're going to be introducing a new segment on Talking at You, where basically we're going to be doing something called 10-minute movie reviews. That's right, this video is only going to be about 10 minutes long. So basically we're going to be starting with Star Wars, because we really like Star Wars here at Adkins Brothers Presents. And since there are so many Star Wars, because, I mean, let's face it, there's going to be 9 by December this year. Not to mention things like Rogue One and Solo and some more standalones. So we're going to be limiting Star Wars movies to about 5 minutes, just because, one, I kind of just want to blow through them because I've talked so much about Star Wars my whole entire life, and I really don't want my life to turn into Star Wars here on YouTube. So here we go. We're going to be tackling the first two, which I know are your favorites.
Absolutely.
So
we're going to be doing the numerical order rather than doing the chronological order of when they've been released.
Yeah, so the first two, episode 1 and 2, because everybody loves 1 and 2. So let's go ahead and start with The Phantom Menace. So, I don't know about you, but The Phantom Menace was kind of like the biggest pile of shit I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
But it does have some cool scenes.
The only good parts about The Phantom Menace is the fact that you get to watch the pod racing and the fight with Darth Maul, and that was... honestly, yeah.
And then like Darth Maul like stalked them across the galaxy, and he was just like he was just always there, but like, you know, quietly. I don't know. I poop on the Phantom Menace all the freaking time, and I feel like it deserves it. However, I mean, it had some cool moments like the Duel of the Fates and stuff like that, between Obi-Wan and Darth Maul. But man, it really saw like the departure of like two of the best characters the series saw. Because we lost Liam Neeson's with his Qui-Gon Jinn, and we lost Darth Maul. Like, Darth Maul was the coolest Sith Lord. Like, dude, Grievous was dumb.
Yeah.
Like, he just had, like, 4 arms, just like, Kenobi! And it's just like, dude, like, I ain't got time for you right now. But, like, then you had things, like, I mean, like, I don't know, Darth Maul was just, like, so, like, brooding and, like, scary, and it was just like, oh, shit, like...
Yeah.
And then, like, they just wasted a cool-ass character.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Darth Maul was probably one of my favorite Sith Lords.
Oh,
I mean,
dude.
Like, especially since he had the dual saber going on.
Oh my god, that thing was so fucking cool. He was like flipping around and like,
yeah.
Oh, dude, we had one of the toy ones, so I mean, like, you can tell what side we were on.
Yeah.
But I don't know. And then like you said, the pod racing, like, it was cool. It was just like, oh, cool, we're gonna risk a child's life and gamble some money for an engine. Like, it really just kind of like, you know, it showed that, you know, the light side of the Force isn't always great. I mean, I don't know. I thought they could have done a better job. Like, they could have put some plot points. Like, the only plot point from episode 1 that carries over to 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, whatever, is the fact that Anakin gets taught the Force. That's literally it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you don't hear about, like, you think like Obi-Wan was like Qui-Gon's like apprentice. Like, that was like he was Qui-Gon's Padawan.
Yeah.
But like, he never mentions him ever again. Like, Anakin's like sitting there talking and he's all brooding, and Obi-Wan doesn't go, you know, my old Jedi master, or, you know, when I was a Padawan, he always just is just like, I know better than you, listen to me. He doesn't try to relate to him, which I think would have added some human aspect to it.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I mean, like, God, and there's so much editing, like, there's so much CGI and like poo-poo stuff in it. I just, I don't know, man. Episode 1 could have done.
It's just not something that should have been released.
Episode 1, I don't know. It was one of those movies that could have been better. I know I said we're going to spend 5 minutes on Star Wars movies, by the way, but I'm not touching any more on episode 1 because, as you can tell, I don't really care for it. But then there's episode 2. Yeah. And episode 2 is not much better, but I mean, Attack of the Clones was pretty solid. It gave us it gave a lot of the reason, like, it set up a lot of things. Like, it set up for, you know, the executive order and everything. And I mean, it kind of it paved the way for Anakin to like follow to the dark side a little bit, because of him. I mean, like, I don't know, just like the whole fight with like Anakin and Dooku and stuff at the end there, and like the like after the Coliseum scene or whatever. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, like Dooku, and then Yoda comes in and just goes like all fucking crazy on Dooku. That was so cool. Man. Episode 2 has some pretty solid points.
Yeah. Episode 2 was... Geonosis was probably my favorite part about that. I'm pretty sure anybody could agree with that. It was the most action-packed as well as most suspenseful. Yeah. But the whole, like... I don't know, being on what Nabino? Is that it?
Which one? You're talking about like the clone facility where it's like raining all
No,
the
that's
time?
Camino.
Yeah, Camino, and then Naboo is
That's it, Naboo.
yeah, that's Padme's home city.
So
or
like
planet.
the whole like deal with like Naboo was just
You didn't like Naboo?
no, it's like a whole bunch of scenes of like Obi-Wan trying to like get away. Well, Obi-Wan or Anakin, it's been a while. One of them is like trying to like hide from the transport ships.
Yeah.
And he's like underneath of them, and you'd think that the way that it makes them float would just like crush him, but no,
Yeah,
he's fine.
no,
he's perfectly fine.
Yeah, it's just not even like it's just totally not even an inconvenience. It's great. But I don't know. My favorite scene was Obi-Wan going to Camino, and then like the shootout with like Boba Fett and stuff. Like that was so cool. Introducing us to Boba Fett. Or not Boba Fett. Yeah, Jango Fett. Sorry.
It's been a while.
No, it's not been a while. I just like Boba better. But
Honestly,
Jango,
yeah.
Jango is fucking cool though. Like his oh man, could you imagine how cool it would be to be with like a dude where they base an entire clone army off of you because you're just so solid. Like you're just a solid male specimen.
But
so
they
clone
miss
you.
every shot.
Okay, but like
they miss every shot.
Yeah, but so did Jango. Like remember when he's like shooting at Obi-Wan and Obi-Wan's just like dodging shit left and right. Like it doesn't even matter.
Well, to be fair, like he does have the Force.
Oh yeah, and then we got introduced to the Force jump. Remember the Force jump where everyone just like takes off, which I guess that was in episode 1 as well. But I mean, like the Force jumps were so much cooler.
Technically, he didn't even Force jump in 1.
Well, Anakin does. He jumps from like something to go fight Darth Maul, but I mean that's not important. But not Anakin, Obi-Wan. God damn it, I get my names mixed up.
No, he's like halfway down. He's grabbing onto a pole, and then he like.
Don't we all grab onto poles?
And he just like kind of like forces himself up.
Yeah, that's true.
He doesn't really force jump. He just like kind of like
pulls
himself.
But on Camino, we see the force jump. We see the force run because he moves like really fast and stuff. I don't know. And then Jango. I mean, like, but back to my original point. Jango is so badass. Whether or not he can hit a shot, I don't care. Whether he can hit the broadside of a moisture evaporator or not, I don't really care. The dude was badass enough for somebody to say, "I want to clone you from my army because you are the perfect male specimen." And I mean, like, let's face it, I'm pretty damn close. But we don't have that technology yet. So if anybody knows how to make a clone, just call your boy. But I mean, I don't know, that's pretty sick. Like, and then like the dude was just like, but he was also like so full of himself that he was just like, give me a clone of myself that doesn't age fast because I want a son. And it's like, dude, you're kind of hot. Like, just go make kids your own, you know. But I don't know. I don't think you like episode 2 that much, but I actually really do care for episode 2. I thought it was actually pretty decent. And at least like points in episode 2 carry over to 3.
Yeah.
Which we'll touch on in the next segment when we do this. But I don't know, I thought 2 was pretty solid.
Yeah.
If for nothing else, the fight scenes at the end.
Yeah, they're really solid, but it's just I don't know, a lot of the things that happen in 2 just really don't really matter.
Yeah.
For the most part, like
I mean, and wasn't there the fight scene was Obi-Wan and Grievous? Was there a fight scene 3 or 2?
2.
Oh, you can't even forget about. I forgot about it. To be honest, I don't know which one it's in, but that was a good fight scene too.
Yeah, because the only time you ever see Utapau on 3 is when they execute Order 66.
Yeah, but I mean, like, so then, yeah, the Grievous and Obi-Wan fight.
That wasn't even that entertaining.
I thought it was a good fight, and then Obi-Wan Obi-Wan, a Jedi kills him with a blaster. Like, that's freaking dope.
I mean, like, the reason why I say it's not that great is because when it's just one shot, like, to the heart.
Yeah.
Under his metal plating.
Yeah.
That literally any other clone.
Well, Star Wars is all about convenience.
Well, it's like, no matter what, like, his chest is open, and he's like, I don't know, you can't shoot past the metal that literally anybody else is using.
Yeah, that is true.
He's got 4 lightsabers and he spins them around. Okay.
Yeah, so that's extra protection. Like, like
okay.
You ever tried to, like,
he doesn't have the Force.
It's like shooting through like a helicopter, you know? It's just, it's dope. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to give Star Wars Episode 1 a hard pass, but I'm going to give Episode 2 my stamp of approval. And as you know, my stamp of approval means more than anybody else because...
Just look at him.
It's me. I don't know. What are your opinions on it? As far as like movie reviews go, I guess.
Well, episode 1, it could have been a lot shorter. Like it could have been just segmented as the pod race and then the fight scene, and then they could have put some of. They could have added on to more of what 2 was about.
Yeah.
Like they could have gave depth to what Order 66 was at the end.
Yeah.
And like it could have been a foreshadowing event where one of the clones like the mission accomplished on Utapau. You know, they killed Grievous. One of the clones turns around and they say execute Order 66, and then he like shuts off the transmitter and turns around, and then movie ends. I feel like that could have been a better way to go about it, and then 3 starts off before that happens.
Yeah. Yeah, it already jumped around. It already does like too much jumping around in the timeline anyway.
Well, everything kind of happens chronologically in the universe.
Yeah.
Because like Obi-Wan's like stating where he's going. He's gonna go to Kamino, and Anakin's gonna be left on Naboo.
Yeah.
And then you got Obi-Wan going to Utapau after it's after Kamino, right? Or is it before?
No, it's after.
It's after?
Yeah, because he finds out about the army.
Yeah. Okay. So he goes there. Then Anakin ends up getting taken captive along with Padme.
Yeah.
And they go into Geonosis to be like executed or like sacrificed to the animals.
Yeah. But then they totally break out because they're all super badass.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Uh-huh.
So what? You're saying like Star Wars Episode 2 doesn't do it for you? You're just like
It kind of got me a little interested. 1 was just like pod racing.
Yeah.
That's
it's like,
it.
fuck yeah, pod racing. We're so edgy and cool and gamble on children. Remember, kids, always put your bets on the kids.
Yeah.
I say kids, but you're all adults that watch this. I hope. I don't want kids to see this. But anyway.
Yeah.
So yeah, guys, that's what we're going to say so far about our 10-minute movie reviews, or 5 minutes if it's Star Wars. Go ahead and let us know what you think down in the comments, and let us know if there's a type of movie or anything that you want to see us talk about. We'll watch it if we haven't seen it before, and we'll talk about it on screen for you. As you see, we do an okay job at it because we know so much about Star Wars as is. So again, let us know down in the comments what you guys think about it. Let us know what you want to see. Let us know what you want us to do. We'll do anything. I'll do anything for any amounts of suggestions. Like seriously, if you want to see me like eat dirt, I'll eat dirt off this table. Don't even tempt me. So just let me know, guys. Sound off down below. Make sure you share with your friends. Peace.
Z's up, Z's up. Rep the Ville, so we throw them Z's up. Z's up, Z's up. Not a game, but we